or the sealed gate of the Church of Holy Wisdom, Hagia Sophia of Constantinople, is hiding. Constantinople, today's Istanbul. We know that this is the area where King Constantine decided to, in Byzantium, make the new city, and he built villas and palaces for people from the west to come and establish themselves here. It's a city of rivers and lofty hills, and this is where Christendom was at that time, around 325 AD, free religion. Now, I've been to the Church of Holy Wisdom 3 times. I've been to Constantinople, Istanbul 3 times. And I remember one of the first times that we went, we saw something very strange on the walls. The walls were all originally with mosaic icons, but they were plastered after the fall of Constantinople to the 18-year-old Mohammed, and in 1452. And that was in May of 1452. And the walls have seeped burgundy-colored crosses at the height of our heads. And we asked one of the people there, the guards there, what were those crosses? And he said, well, we don't know. They just appeared on their own through the plaster. Nobody put them there. They just appeared on the walls through the plaster, as if they were seeping this color of burgundy, deep red color from the inside of the wall towards the outside of the plaster. Very strange. I just wanted to share that with you. Of course, today it's a museum. It used to be a church. Now, the sealed gate of the Hagia Sophia, myths and legends about the fall of the city. Quote, stop the cherub and let them lower the holy, because it is God's will for the city to become Turkish, end quote. Despina was shaken and the images cried. And Despina, meaning the mother of the Lord, says, do not cry again, for years and years it will be yours again, end quote. May 29, I said 1452, it's 1453. May 29, 1453, the millennial empire had fallen. Legend has it that it was God's will. Since then, the minds of the Greeks have been kept alive by these very legends for its recapture. And one day, again, the Hagia Sophia will be rebuilt, says tradition. Now, myths and legend from the fall of the city. Tradition and wonderful legends were developed around the fall of the city to nurture hopes and courage of the nation for centuries. When Constantinople fell to the Turks, a bird undertook to send a message to Trabzon in the Pontic Christian Empire about the fall of the city. As soon as he got there, he went straight to the diocese where the patriarch was officiating and left the paper with the message on the holy table. No one dared to go read the message. Then a young man, the son of a widow, went and read the ugly truth of the news. The Virgin City, Virgin Romania, the congregation and the patriarch began to mourn, but the young man answered them, and if the city fell and if Romania is taken, again with times and times it will be ours again. Now let's remember, Constantinople was actually a Roman city. It was established by King Constantine, who was one of the two Roman Caesars. Now, the marbled king, the most popular legend has to do with the last emperor who turned it into stone inside the church of Hagia Sophia. The tradition passed from word of mouth immediately after the occupation of the city. When the city passed into the hands of the Turkish Ottomans, the people could not believe that such a building had fallen, and it was the city had fallen, and it was rumored that the king hid behind a pillar of the Hagia Sophia, disappeared into the corridors, and remained hidden there. The waiting hours marbled him. It is a fact that no one found his body of the last defender, the Emperor Constantine of Palaiologos. It was lost. His body was lost, and they believe that an angel of the Lord hid it and turned it to stone, if you can believe that. That's what the legend says. One day, the time will come when God's breath will give him strength and life again, and everything will be done again from the beginning. The priest of Hagia Sophia. Another legend, especially loved, is the legend of the bishop of Hagia Sophia. Tradition has it that it was at the time when the church was taken, the priest stopped the service of the Holy Liturgy and hid behind the sanctuary. At that point where he hid while there was a door, as if by magic, the door became a wall that no one has ever been able to break since. Neither those who occupy the city today or even Greek craftsmen they brought for this purpose were able to tear down that wall. Legend has it that when Hagia Sophia becomes a Greek church again, then the bishop will leave the sanctuary to complete the unfinished Holy Liturgy service. The crypt of Hagia Sophia. A secret room in Hagia Sophia of Constantinople, which is today Istanbul, is now revealed as the opening of the secret sanctuary where the Byzantine priests had taken refuge May 29, 1453, to continue the divine service that had been interrupted when the city fell. The discovery is due to the professor of the University of Vienna, Polychronis Enepekidis. The forgotten room was located when the new director of the Hagia Sophia Museum, Zale Denteoglu, asked if there was a space that had not been opened and ordered that the lock of the specific space be broken since there was no door key. It was then revealed that the room, which had not been opened since 1968, was a workshop of Gasparo Fossati, 1809 to 1883, who, following the Sultan's order, completely restored the monument during the period 1847 to 1849. The research of Professor Polychronis Enepekidis shows that Fossati had simply skillfully turned into his office the crypt that his Greek friends in the city had pointed out to him. The crypt, one of the many of the great temple, was the hidden sanctuary where the interrupted rite continued by the priest, and when it was over, the door of the crypt was closed and would open, according to tradition, when the priests took the building and restored it to being a church again, to have finish the Holy Liturgy. Now, the Holy Table of the Holy of Holies. The Holy Table, the tabernacle, was made of gold. Above it hung 30 crowns of emperors, among them that of Constantine the Great, and it said that this was done to remind Christians of the betrayal of Judas, the 30 pieces of silver. According to tradition, before Muhammad II occupied Constantinople, Emperor Constantine Constantine Paleologos ordered that the Holy Table and all the relics of Hagia Sophia be moved away from the city so that they would not fall into the hands of the Turks. And we know a lot of these relics had been taken to Rome. Now, the 3 Venetian ships set sail from the city full of these relics, as the legend says, but the third of those that carried the Holy Table sank in the waters of the Bosphorus in the region of Marmara. The Sea of Marmara, from then until today, at the point where the Holy Table is submerged, the sea waters are always calm and peaceful, regardless of the weather conditions that prevail in the surrounding area. The phenomenon is also witnessed by modern Turkish scientists who have made occasional attempts to find out the cause of this strange phenomenon, but due to the muddy texture of the seabed, they have become fruitless. In the book of Dorotheus of Monevasia, entitled Chronicle Bible of 1781, we read, "The Venetians took the magnificent and 16-year-old holy altar of Hagia Sophia, the most precious and beautiful one, out of the temple and put it on the ship, and as they rowed away and went to Venice, oh, the miracle! Near the island of Marmara, the ship opened and the Holy Table fell into the sea, and it is there to this day, and this is obvious, and everyone testifies, because all that place, when there is a storm, the whole sea makes terrible waves, And in the place where the holy table is, there is peace, and the sea is not disturbed. And some of them go there with money, and they take from the sea. That is where the holy table is, and it smells wonderful wonders from the holy myrrh where it has the other aromas. The father of Greek folklore, Nicholas Politis, writes about the incident. On the day the city was taken, they put the holy table in a boat to take it to Phrygia so that it would not fall into the hands of the Turks, the conquerors. There, however, in the Sea of Marmara, the ship opened and the holy table sank to the bottom. In that place, the sea is like oil. There's no waves whatsoever, no matter how turbulent the sea is around it. And they know this place from the mud that is always there and from the fragrance that comes out. Many even claim to see the holy table in the depths of the sea. 3 carts, my crystal, 3 carts, 3 ships departing, in which Polly all our hearts cry and sighs, and load the cross and the others of the gospel. And that's the way the song goes. Now the holy altar of Hagia Sophia rests on the seabed, on the sand, and in the shells. The sailors know the place where the ship sank, and they can easily find it. Indeed, even when the wildest storms blow, the waves all around makes the sea roar, there is peace and quiet. From the smooth, shiny surface of the water rise sweet fragrance and echoes of angelic chants as well. Many worthy divers collected corals or fishing sponges, tried to get down to see the wrecked ship. Nobody succeeded. The sea, very deep in this place, guarded by a holy table and the relics of the saints from every evil eye. But when we take the city again, then the basilica built by the great Justinian, the mosaics, the image of the saints, the words of the gospel will shine again across, the cross will reappear over the marble table, washed by the waves, so goes the legend. The river that stopped flowing. Most local legends about the fall of Constantinople seem to point to one point. They all show that the time stopped with the occupation of the holy city of Orthodoxy by the conquerors. Thus, in Epirus, where there is a corresponding popular belief, specifically, a bird brings the announcement of the fall of the city to a group of shepherds who are watering their flocks in a river. A legend has it that upon hearing the terrible news, the waters of the river stopped flowing, since the natural element also considered that the fall of Constantinople was something unheard of, and the river will continue to flow again once things change. The monks fish. A monk had fished in a river and fried it near the riverbank. At that moment, the message of the fall of Constantinople to the conquerors was heard from a bird, and the monk was stunned, and immediately the half-fried fish jumped out of the pan and found themselves, the fish went into the river again, and they lived there forever until the moment of the liberation of the city. And the Cretan Warriors. One of the towers of the city was defended by 3 brothers, Cretan lords, who fought on the side of the Venetians. Crete at that time was under Venetian rule in 1453. After the fall of the city, the 3 brothers and their men were still fighting, and despite their fierce efforts, the conquerors had not been able to capture that tower. The Sultan was informed about the incident and was impressed by their youth and their heroism. He decided, therefore, to allow them to leave the tower safely and take a boat with their men to return to Crete. His proposal was really accepted with the thought that they had to stay alive to fight and get the city back. So the Cretans boarded their ship, set off for the island. The ship never arrived in Crete, and legend has it that they wandered forever in the sea until the moment when the city is as it was before. Then the ship of the Cretans will bring them back to Constantinople so that they too can take part in the joyous return. Now, at the door of Hagia Sophia, which was sealed by the hand of an angel. So these are some of the legends having to do with the city of Constantinople and the Church of Holy Wisdom. And this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.